these things you feel right difficulties. Either programming, right? If you are interested, we can also go with the programs, right? And then open your browser and write the XPath. Those things also if anyone interested. We'll start with the small questions then. Right, fine. Right, can anyone explain what is the the static keyword in Java? Right, anyone?
That are used to declare variables, methods, and classes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if we creating a statics, then no need to create a object.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. What is the advantage of it?
Means when, yeah, I know this much on this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. Anyone?
Static is the
Basically,
keyword that can be associated. Yeah, Dinesh, you can carry on. I can. Yeah, fine.
write a
Yeah.
property. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Dinesh, continue. Yeah, Dinesh. You
Actually, we declare the
Yeah,
static. Yeah, you
can.
guys continue. Sorry.
Right, you can raise the hand. I will ask that, right, so that there is no conflict. Okay, yeah, brother, you can, yeah.
static keyword is it is a mainly used in memory. There is some four blocks. There is a static keyword or non-accessible modifier and blocks, variable, method, classes. Uh, uh, Venkat, it is the right or not? I am saying.
Yeah. That is fine. That is correct. Right. Well,
Okay.
yeah, Dinesh, you can. Right here, we will learn all the all answers we can learn. Then we will get the easily answer.
So basically, we declare the static keyword for the particular variable to make it as the constant one. To use it in the different types of scenarios. So, for example, there will be the company name as named as a single name. So the particular variable can be used in the multiple methods. That time use this static variable in the class word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fine. Yeah, Ashish.
Okay. Write a property with a static keyword in a Java we can call using class name. So if we will use a static keyword in Java with any properties, so the properties will store in a static pool area.
Right, good. Yeah. I think everyone, everything is fine. Everyone, whatever you said, right? All the things are fine, right? Basically, right? Why we will use static, right? Mm, Static, right? First thing is the memory management to save the memory. Suppose if you have a employee object, okay? Employee object has a employee name, employee ID. Right? These will be unique for everything. My name sometimes duplicates, name, ID, right? Salary. These things are unique. Something employee name, employee company will be there. Right? Employee has a company. Right? Employee company same for all the employees. Maybe right who are working in the company. Same for all. Right? Suppose if we create employee object, what will happen every time employee new equal to right employee object. Whenever we will create the object in the heap memory, right? Memory will be created for all the variables. Right? ID it will create, name it will create, salary it will create, along with company name also it will create. Suppose if I create 100 houses, right? 100 times memory will be created. But here problem is ID is okay, fine. That is unique. So every time it will create memory, that is fine. Name also fine. Right? Salary also fine. But company name is same for all. Right? No need to create memory, right? 100 times. right? To save some memory, we will create a static variable there. Company name, we will make it as a static. So that what will happen, right? Memory will be created only once at the time of class loading, right? Whenever you will right click run, right? Run as a program, right? Whenever class is loading, only one time memory will be created. Whenever object will be created, it is not belongs to object. Static is not belongs to object. It is belongs to class. Right. So whenever you will create object, it will not create the memory for static variable. Static variable memory will be created at the time of class loading only one time. So one is the main right advantage of it. Static is a memory management, and also right we can create right a static variable, static methods, inner classes. We can make it as inner classes as a static also. Right. Without object, one more advantage is without creating the object, we can call the right variables or methods. Right. Without creating object, that is the advantage. Whenever you require any utility methods, right? You want a utility method. We will not create all as a static. Right. Then we will get some issues. Right. Utility methods. When suppose I want to create a random integer, right? I will create a something utility method, utility class. In the class, what we will do? Methods we will create, right? Random. I want a get a random. I want to create random integer, random string, random email, right? Date. These are all like utility methods, right? Then we can make it as a static, so that what will happen? We don't need to create object class name dot, right? We can call it directly, right? We can call it, right? That is the advantage. One is memory management, one is we cannot, right? No need to create the object for it, right? Memory will be created only one time at the time of class load. That's why we can use for variables, methods, and also inner classes. Here we can use, right? Fine, that, right? We'll go with the next one. Right, right. Please raise your hand. Right, we'll go with one by one. Right. Okay, fine. Right, one more question. We will go with right, a little bit medium level. Right, I think everyone have idea Java. Everyone is interacting. That's fine. Nice. Okay, what is immutable in Java? You can raise your hand. We are no answer.
Hello.
Yeah, Chandrakant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it means once a object is created, so we cannot state of that object. Means example, if one object is created as a Sachin has means more than like Sachin has username, password, and all. So again we are created Sachin. So that time the first created Sachin username, password, and all we will not able to change. Means all over upper classes and also.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So
What is
that's
the
and
example of? What is the example of it? You know, best example of immutable. Okay, fine then. Anyone? Yeah, please. Yeah, yes, please.
Generally, strings are considered as immutable in Java. Immutable means the value remains constant. It cannot be changed. Even if you want to try to change the value, then a new object will be created, but the old object remains constant. The value remains constant. It can't be changed. I know
Correct.
only this much.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone want to try? Right, fine. Right. Immutability is mostly right. In the interview question, we will get like a string regarding to string. String is a immutable. Immutable means we cannot change the once we created right object of it. We cannot change the variable. That means suppose string s equal to something. We have automation testing. Right. If you try to modify s, right, s dot append, s dot concat. Right. If you want to do concat or plus symbol, you are using add. right, to do some operations on the string. Immediately what will happen? It will create the new object every time. Whenever you will do any operation on the string, right, it will create automatically new object instead of changing the existing memory. Right? Instead of changing the existing memory, it will create the new memory. It will create the whatever you change it, right? It will append there. That means strings. Best example, strings are immutable. Whenever you try to change content of it, it will not change in the existing one, right? Existing memory. It will create the new memory and it will create the new object of it. Right. In interview, sometimes they will ask, right, how you will create your own, right, immutable classes. Right. Sometimes they will ask, right. It's better to have idea on that also. Right. String buffer and builder also. Right. They will ask sometimes string builder buffer. Right. Those are all mutable classes. String buffer and builder are mutable. That means we can change if you modify. Right. If you modify anything in the string buffer or builder, it will change in the same memory. It will not create a new object, right? It will not create any new object. Whenever you will create a string buffer object, right? If you try to add, suppose string buffer has a append method, right? You can call 10 times append, append, append. It will not create a new memory or new object. It will modify the data in the same memory, right? That is called a mutability. Right, fine. Then we will go with one more. One more Java question. Right. What is the right keywords like sometimes we'll get a question on this and super. Right. What are the this and super keywords?
Yeah, that belong to in constructors. So this means, sir, this will call present. So present object or class, and super it will
Mhm.
inherit the parent, I think, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. No issue. Yeah. Okay. Good, Chandra. Yeah. We'll go with Ashish. Yeah. Yeah. Ashish.
Oh, sorry. This keyword is used to call global variable of current class, and super keyword is used if we have a two class super and subclass. So by using super class, we can call by using super keyword, we can call global variable of super class.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's also correct. Yeah. Yeah. Birader. Yeah.
Uh, yes, sir. This keyword you refer to current object, uh, and
Your voice was breaking, Birader.
yes, sir. This keyword is using refer to current object. I am I
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. You can continue.
It is a it is access to variable and methods. The current class
Mm-hmm.
by using this class.
Right.
That's all, sir.
Okay. What
I
about super? What about super?
so- super keyword. I don't know, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine then. Yeah. Good. Anyone want to try?
Yeah, I want to
If you,
try.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Super keyword is associated with the class variables whenever if there are, for example, there are two classes, class A, class B. Class A is the parent class and class B is the child class. And class B is extending class A. And whenever generally if a child class extends parent class, the methods will be overridden, and in the output we will get the child class methods. But if the child class wants to access the parent class variables or parent class methods, then we will be using the keyword called super. Uh, if the child class wants to access the parent class, then we will write super dot method one or like that, so that we can access the parent class methods. And while coming to this keyword, this keyword is used uh, to vary the conflicts between the current class instance variables and the local variables. Whenever we use this dot some variable name, it refers to the current class instance variable.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. This right. First one is right. This is refers to current class. Right. First point. This refers to current class object. Super refers to immediate parent class. Right. Super will come into picture when we have a parent and child. Right. Super refers to immediate parent class, not the above. Suppose A, B, C is there. Right. B is the parent of A. Immediate parent. We can call immediate parent only. Right. This refers to current class. Super refers to immediate parent class. Right. By using the this and super, what we can do? We can call right methods, variables, methods, constructors. Right. Variables, methods, constructors. Right. We can call this by using this. We can call the current class variable, methods, constructors. Right. We can call current class variable, method, constructor by using this. By using super, what we can do? We can call the parent class. If you want to call the from the child class, you want to call parent class variable, method, constructors. Right. We can call. There are two types of signatures. You know, right? This and super keywords and constructor calls also. Right. This we can have a brackets. Right. Those are all constructor calls. Constructor calls must be a first statement. Constructor calls must be a first statement. Right. If you write a second statement, it will not allow. Right. It will not allow if it is a second statement. So this and super also we cannot try to write at same place. In the constructor, suppose if try to write both this and super, it will not allow because both will fight. Right. I am at the first place. So we can have only one. This or super in the constructor only first place, first line of it. And we cannot use these things, right? This and super in the static blocks or static methods. We cannot, it will not allow this and super, right? And also, we can also send, if we go to more depth, right? We can also return, right? This, we can also return. That means if you want to return the current class object, we can return this. Or we can also method argument. If you want to send current class object to someone is calling my method, you can also have a argument as a right. We can also have we can pass this keyword to another method. Right. We can also return. We can also use in the method argument as a this. Right. Basic things are this refers to current class. Super refers to immediate parent class. By using these this and super, we can call current variables, methods, constructors. Right, fine. Quickly we'll jump into next question. Right.
Hello, Venkat. Uh,
Yes.
can you your question in put into chat because it is useful to another people also. You can copy it. You
Sure,
can
sure.
paste the you can paste the our system. It is useful to another
Yeah.
also, me also, and team also.
Right. Right. I will.
Okay,
I will.
okay. Thank you.
Then, right. Can right. You raise your hand. Right. Raise your hand. I will ask. What is the method overriding in Java?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
If a subclass has the same method as declared in the parent class, that is called as a method overriding. And overloading, if class has multiple method having
No,
same name but
overriding.
different.
Question is
Okay,
overriding only.
okay, okay.
Right. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone? Anyone? Yes, brother.
Method overriding is a subclass providing the own method, and it is already defined in the class. We can call method overloading.
Mm-hmm. Anyone? Anyone want to try?
Yeah, I want to try.
Yes.
Method overriding is one of the types of polymorphism. In method overriding, it depends upon, there will be two classes. One is the parent class and one is the child class. This will be depending upon the generally three factors: the number of parameters in the child class method and the parent class method, the sequence of parameters, and the data type of the parameters. This
Mm-hmm.
should be
I
same.
think that will come in overloading, not overriding.
Okay.
Okay, only whatever you told that is correct. It will come into picture parent and child.
Mm.
Right?
Okay.
I will explain. I will explain. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ashish, you want
Yes, sir.
already? Yeah.
Method overriding is a concept of runtime polymorphism. If we have a two class like parent and sub, and parent class have a one method. So by using method overriding, we can inherit the method from parent class to subclass and change the method, and we can change the method and implementation of the method in subclass as per the use.
Right. Correct. I think. Yeah. Fine. Anyone want to try? Okay. Just
Basically,
right. If it, oh, yes, Ashish, what's anything?
yeah. So, method overriding is when there is superclass and subclass, right? When both the
Okay.
class have the same method name with the same
Mm-hmm.
return type and the same parameter list, then it is called overriding. It's one of the OOPS concept. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, yeah, that is the concept only.
Okay. Okay. Great. Fine. Then. Right. Then. Right. Overriding is right one of the OOPS concept like polymorphism. Right. One of the concept in polymorphism. Overriding will come into picture, right, when we have a parent and child. When we have a inheritance concept, then only it will come into picture, right? Why we need to method override, right? That is the question actually, right? Why we need to override, right? What is the necessity of it, right? Right, we cannot simply override and right, we should get some requirement, then only we can override it, right?
Yeah,
Suppose I have a
it's
yes, you can.
parameter same, but sorry, class name is same, and if you want to different parameters, sir, in sometime it has a login. So in that login, username password is there, and in in one more class having login. So there, username, password, and authentication like that means if class name is same, okay, but different in parameters.
Not, I think that is not.
Uh,
Okay,
okay,
let
okay,
me.
okay.
Yeah, okay, right. Right. Polymorphism will come into picture when we have a parent and a child. Right. Method overriding means overriding the parent class method in the child class with the same signature. We will not change anything. Right. Whatever we have, suppose public void login. So public void login, it has a user parameters, username, password. Right, same thing, same signature. We will override in the child class with the same signature. We will not change anything. Right. Then, right, what we will change? Body we will change. Right, we will change the body of it. Right, why we need to override it? right? Because why we need to first of all write in the parent class, right? If we write any method in the parent class, it will be reusable across all the child classes, right? It will be reusable across all the child classes, right? Whenever you write some method in the parent, it will be reusable across parent, right? What will happen? Suppose some new child is came, right? Already existing child's login is working fine. For one of the child, right, newly came, it extends the parent, that login method he called, but there is some feature he was changed a little bit in the login. Right, he is unable to use that login. Login is not working. What are the steps in the parent, right, not working for this child? Right, then what he can do is, right, he will override that login method with the same signature. Body, he will change it. Right, previously body will be different. Right, he will change according to his functionality. Right, he will change the body. Right, why we will do? He is not satisfying with the parent class functionality, right? Whatever parent class is provided, right, functionality is not working for him basically, right, for this child. Then he can override and then he can change the body of it according to his need, right? That is the overriding. Then there will be some conditions, right? Suppose I have a protected method, right? Suppose in the parent class I have a protected. I can override with the same scope or above scope, or I cannot reduce it. Suppose if you try to do in the child as a private, if you want to try to reduce the scope of it, right, it will not allow. What is the order of the scope? Access modifiers, private, default, protected, public. If parent has a private means obviously it will not visible, right? Parent has a private method means it will not obviously will not visible. Default, right? We can. Right, default we can. Right, default means you can override with the default or protected public. We can increase the scope in the child, but we cannot decrease the scope. That is one condition. Right, and also there is a return type is there. We can also, if parent is returning string, suppose, right, we can return same thing or its child classes. We can return same thing or its subclasses. Right, there are some conditions will come. Right, and this is about the just override. When our interviewer asks any question, right, you can explain first the theoretical part and then explain where you write override. One example in your project, maybe you can prepare for each oops concept or basic things. Right, you can prepare your own example. Right, we are going to Selenium, right, automation interview where you have right inheritance. What is the classes you have written in your project? You have to tell. Theoretically, anyone can tell that you have to take the example in your project where you have used right inheritance, polymorphism, right encapsulation, right this overriding, overloading, right all you should prepare examples of right. Understand the first of all question what is sometimes the interview will ask where you have used right method of overriding in your project. Right. He will ask straightforward related to your project. Don't tell again theoretical part. Right. Method of overriding means parent class I will override and say. Right. He is asking a question about related to your project. So did you? Right. We must be everyone prepared. Right. Such type of take one project and try to do all this, right? Implement the whoops concepts in the project. Simple project you can create Selenium, right? Base class, base child classes, right? Then you can try to implement all the whoops concept so that you will get knowledge, right? Okay, fine then. Right, we'll quickly jump into Selenium questions, right? Some of the right, right, fine. What is the difference between basic question? We'll go with all right. What is the difference between implicit and explicit? Wait, raise over.
Yeah. Yanai?
Yes, Chandrakant. Yeah.
Yeah, sir, implicit weight it's act as a globally and explicit if we apply for a specific condition, sir. Implicit will use less and explicit will use more.
What is less and more?
Means we cannot
You say?
apply globally no every time for using implicit weight, so we will not use more. So explicit will apply for a specific condition, so each method have some condition, so that time we are applying explicit. Means our project contain lot of methods, no, so
Right.
we are
Right.
using explicit
We no need
methods.
to tell less or more. Just
Okay,
explain the function. Right? Don't
okay,
use those less or. Yeah.
yeah,
Good. Good.
I'm
Right.
correct now because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
telling. Okay,
Right.
if
Right.
I wrong, you correct me. Okay.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Ashish. Yeah. Go ahead.
Implicit weight. Okay, if we will apply implicit will, that weight will applied all over the script, and it will wait before throwing no such element. And if we will go with explicit weight, then we will apply it for a specific condition, and it will wait for a specific web element.
Right. 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 Anyone? Anyone want to try?
Explicit wait is the feature that allows us to wait for certain amount of time before proceeding with the next step of test execution. And we generally use WebDriver wait class for explicit wait, and we wait for using expected conditions class. We wait until whether the presence of element is available or visibility of an element is available. Whereas implicit wait is the global type of wait, which is applicable for all the elements in the for all the elements. And performance wise, implicit wait takes more time, and we should use it only whenever required. Yeah, that's it.
Right. 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 Yes, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, implicit wait make a WebDriver to wait the specific amount of the when trying to locate it. It is a I am right.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
Uh,
I will correct it. Nice.
yes, located element before the throwing the node such a element exception.
Right.
It is a right or not?
Right. Right. Right.
And coming to explicitity weight in Selenium synchronization machine that allow the WebDriver weight.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Then
all
let me
my.
explain that. Yeah. Right. Implicit and explicit weights are both will come into right dynamic weights. Right. Both are dynamic weights. Right. We will have a two types of weights. I think everyone hard weights and dynamic. Right. Thread that slip is coming to picture hard weight. Hard weights we will not never use. Right. A very rare scenario. Right. We will not use hard weights. We will go for only dynamic weights. Right. Implicit, explicit, boolean weights. These are all dynamic weights. Right, implicit weight we will apply on the driver. Right. Once we apply on the driver, what it will be applicable for all the elements. That is like a global. Right. Then implicit weight there is some drawbacks also will be there. Right. When we will see drawbacks, right? When we have a more failures. Right. Suppose I have 100 test cases. Right. I am executing. Right. Suppose I have given implicit weight as a 60 seconds. Right. I have applied implicit weight as a 60 seconds and then I am executing my 100 test cases. Right. Suppose that due to application was down suddenly. Right. I don't know about that. Right. I have triggered. I have executed my scripts. Now what will happen? It will try to first page is login. Right. It will try to wait for the login. Enter the text username. Right. There is no element. Right now, what will happen before throwing the exception? It will wait 60 seconds. Right. Each test case login is comma. Right. It will wait 60 seconds for each test case before throwing no such element. Right. Implicit wait will throw no such element action. Right. It will wait 100 into 60 seconds. Right. Maybe you are thinking its test cases are executing. Right. When the failures are there, more failures, our time increases more. Right. That is the issue with the implicit wait. Right. Most of the times, right, implicit we can try to avoid it. Don't use the implicit wait. Right. Avoid using implicit wait. Just use the explicit wait only. Right. Explicit wait will come into right picture when you want to wait for any specific element. Right. Any specific element if you want to wait on different conditions based on the different conditions. Right. Sometimes interviewer ask syntax of it. Right. Sometimes they are interested in right fluent weight, explicit weight syntaxes. Right. You must be very thorough with that. Those are all implicit and explicit weight syntaxes. Right. We will have a right expect right weight explicit weight WebDriver weight. You already know WebDriver weight equal to new WebDriver weight. We can give the what is the time we need to wait for it. Right. Then wait dot until method we will use. Right. For until we have to pass the expected condition. Right. What the condition we want to wait for, whether visibility of the element or element to be clickable or elect is present or Windows is present. Right. Expected condition have different types of wait wait methods. Right. Different types of right based on for our situation. Right. Whatever we require, we will basically if we try to enter the text, we will wait for visibility of element. When you are trying to click on it, wait for element to be clickable. Right. It will throw what exception it will throw. Sometimes they will ask. Right. Implicit wait will throw no such element exception, but explicit and fluent wait will throw timeout exception. Right. Basically, whatever time we have given, until that it will wait, and then it will throw the exception. Right. Suppose sometimes some people will confuse about suppose implicit wait I have given 60 seconds. Some people are right freshers they don't know about it. Or they can right it is a global wait. What they will think each element it will wait for 60 seconds. Right. Each element it will wait for 60 seconds. Right. It will not work like that. Will become hard wait. Right. Dynamic wait means what? Suppose I have given 60 seconds. I am trying to enter username. Right. It is taking some time to load. That means I have given max 60 seconds. Right. Suppose the element is loaded within 10 seconds. Only it will wait 10 seconds. Right. Not 60 seconds. When it will come into picture implicit wait, whenever element is taking some time to load, right, or visibility come into picture into visibility, it is taking some time, then implicit wait will come into picture. It will wait for that element until suppose if it is not visible until the max time 60 seconds also it will throw exception, but it will not wait for each element 60 seconds. If the element is taking some time, then only implicit wait will come into picture and wait for some time. If we suppose the element is taking 20 seconds, only 20 seconds it will wait. It will go to next element. Right. That is the very important. Sometimes interval they will confuse up. That explicit wait means specific condition. Based on the specific condition, you want to wait for specific element. That based on some specific condition with a specific element, then we will go either explicit or fluent wait. It will throw timeout exception. If element is not available within the given time, it will throw the timeout exception. Right, fine. Then quickly we will jump into one more.
Venkatesh, that means implicit wait is static and explicit is dynamic. Am I right?
No. Both are dynamic only. Why static? What? Why you are thinking static implicit wait?
Because if we will apply implicit wait, so it will wait for a fixed amount of time before throwing a no such element, even if the element is found earlier. Am I right?
Explicit wait also same thing, right?
Okay, but in an explicit way, it will continues as shown in as the condition is meet. So it will
But
wait for this.
suppose
Mhm,
element, if I use both implicit explicit on same element,
mhm,
let's suppose we can try also. Right.
mhm.
Why, what are dynamic waits? It will wait until the given time. Right. Suppose I have given 60 seconds. It will try to find the element until max time is 60. If it is not available until 60, then only it will throw exception. Any implicit or explicit. It will wait until the whatever we have given time. Static
Okay,
means what? Only static means thread dot sleep. That is the
mhm.
only static hard wait.
Okay,
The remaining three are dynamic waits on. Dynamic wait means it will within 5 seconds our element is visible. It will try to enter or click, go to next element.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Okay, cut.
Yeah.
Which is we use mostly in implicit or explicit wait in create
We have to better to use explicit wait only, not
real
implicit.
time.
Try to avoid implicit wait
Oh, okay,
because it will
okay,
increase the wait time. Whenever failures are more, wait time will increase because of implicit wait. So don't anyway explicit wait, right? In each we will create a reusable method. The reusable
okay,
method we will wait before clicking on the element, before entering the text, right? Before doing anyway, we will try to write the explicit wait only. Right? We don't require that implicit.
okay, okay.
It's better to avoid it. Okay, fine then. Right. One more basic question. We will go with what is the right difference between find element and find elements.
Yeah, find element means you will find a single element, and to find elements it will apply for more elements on the page.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay, fine. That's fine.
find element
Yeah, brother.
will provide.
Sir,
Yes, brother.
find element is only taking one web element or
Mhm.
taking to both end single element or double element means find element and find elements also taking in find a single element or find elements is taking in hyperlinks. For example 10 elements we can take in hyperlinks. For example in models in there in for example I taking on a Facebook, there is some models in login page or help. We can
Okay.
taking that.
Okay, brother.
uh,
Yeah. You are explaining, but right, confusing the
uh,
interview.
okay,
Right,
okay.
straightforward. Right,
Okay,
no need to
okay,
explain all those things. If he
okay,
asks,
sir.
you can, but
Okay.
straightforward. Sharan, yeah,
Find
Sharan, go
okay,
ahead. Yeah, brother, you will give
So,
others
like
also. Sharan,
find elements is nothing but it returns the list of elements. While
mhm.
find element, it returns no such element form, only single element. It will not throw any
Okay,
exception in find elements, but in find element, it will throw the exception.
right. Right. Yeah, Subka, yeah.
Yeah, but actually, in Selenium, both the find element and find element side, both are used to find an element through its object locator. And the basic difference is like when you use find element, it will locate a single web element. When you use find elements, it will return a list of all the web elements matching for that locator. So that is the
Okay,
difference.
right. Yeah, Ashish, yeah, you want. Right. Yeah, Ashish, you want to explain?
Sure.
You can.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Okay.
Mm.
So find element return a single web element and use to find the first matching element. And find elements return a list of web element and use to find all matching elements.
Right. Right. I think everyone has given yeah, correct one. Right. Basically, right. Find element based on our requirement. Right. If we want to identify single element, we will go for find element. Right. Find elements means if we want to find out more than one element, right, then we will go for find elements. Right. Then find element, if multiple, suppose my locator is identifying multiple elements, then it will return the first element. Some people will confuse about it. Right. The interviewer also they will ask if multiple, suppose the locator is identifying multiple elements, is find element will work. Right, find element still work, but it will return first match, first identified element. Right, find element will, if multiple elements also identified locator, it will return the first matching element, find element. Right, but find elements it will return, right, whatever match it will return all in the format of list. Right, sometimes interviewer ask what is the return type of find elements, right, a list of elements. Right, suppose in the find element is not available, then we will get no such element exception. But in find elements, we will not get any exception. There some people will confuse. Find elements we will not get any exception. It will return just a empty list. Right, that is the important one. Right, sometimes they will ask, right, find elements where you have in your project, what requirement you got to use it. Right, according to the project, right? Maybe you need to have a good example for it in your project. Don't tell generic examples, right? In your project, where you have used it, maybe you will have some scenario, right? You have to explain that, right? Not the general, right? Some people will tell, I want to find out all the links, so I have used it. That is a generic one, right? But if we interview asking related to your project means you have to, okay, I have some, right, in my class I have some, right, maybe drop down values, right, I want to validate all those things, drop down values whether saved in the database or I want to verify both the database values and the drop down values both are matching or not. All right, in those cases I have used this find elements to find all the values of the drop down and match. Right, we have to give some realistic example of that project in the project. Right, then, right, sometimes if you give like that, they will understand, okay, he used it. Right, they try to, right, interviewer want to know whether you really use it in your project or not. Generic means, see, everyone, right, go to online or YouTube, they can learn and come, right, come to interview. Right, but whenever you are giving realistic examples, then only there is a difference. Right, you may think I have given correct answer, why I did not select it. Right, interviewer will take a lot of interviews, right? 10 interviews. Everyone can tell answers, but who will give the realistic answers, right? Related to project, those only got selected. We may think I have given correct answer, but still I did not get selected. Right, there is the difference. Right, whenever he is asking related question, understand the question, whether he is asking a general question, right? They can related to project they will ask or generally they will ask, right, according to we need to understand, give the answer, straightforward answers, don't drag the answers, right, just give the straightforward answers because they don't have interview law, right, they did not get that much time, they have to take lot of interviews, they are in right hurry burry, they will take, so straightforward answers and related to project, right, you must be prepare those things, right, each topic whenever you are preparing relate to your project. You can prepare your own project. You can take any project and just explain those things. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for everyone joining. Right, please make use of these sessions.